So we just talked about the distance formula. Some of us are feeling really confident with it, which is really great to see because it is on the more difficult side. This is going to be a lot easier. This is way easier way for us to find distance. So it'll be good to talk about and see what it looks like. We are going to be dealing with graphs, which I know most of the time cause us to moan and groan and feel discontent, but it's very simple. Take a look. We've got point A, point B. Just like with the formula, we're going to find the distance between 2 points, except this time we can actually see the 2 points, which makes our lives a lot easier. Here's what we're going to do. Very simple steps. Starting at either point, count the number of spaces up or down. Okay? Go ahead and highlight up or down. Let's go ahead and start at point A. It seems natural for us to go from A to B. Good morning. So point A is at 3, -4. If I want to get up to point B, am I going to count up or am I going to count down? I'm going to count up. If I'm starting here, I want to end up over here, I'm going to count up. Now normally we do our little bumps, right? This time I want to encourage you to just do a straight line. So here's how I'm going to count it. Here's how I'm going to count it. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. If you want to just draw a straight line and then count how many boxes in your head, that's fine too. It's just with my pens, it happened to make a dot every time I stopped. So for step 1, we went 12 spaces. Everybody with me so far? Good. We all feel confident in our counting abilities. Then, just like we did with slope, just like we did with translations, we're going to count the number of spaces left or right until we land on the second point. You can think of this like driving, which none of you have done before, but you will one day. If you live here and your friend's house is over here, you can't just drive through everybody's houses and yards to take the direct path to their house, right? You've got to drive down the street. Then you make a right at the stop sign, go down that street a little bit, and boom, you're there. So that's what we're doing. We're mapping out our path. Let's see how many spaces we got to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five spaces over to the right. Now we're going to use those two numbers to be able to calculate the length of this pink line. I'm going to call that pink line D, because that's the distance that we're looking for, the distance between point A and point B. Anyone realize what shape we just made there? A triangle. What kind of triangle? If I do this, will it help? A right triangle. That's right. This is what we're building up to. And now that we're looking at distance on a graph, we can start to kind of see how it's going to work out. So, this is all we need. We need these two numbers, 12 and 5. All right? There's no x1, y1, x2, y2. There's no plugging them in and subtracting and 2 minuses make a plus. All of that confusing stuff goes out the window. Here's what we're going to do. It's very simple. We're going to take our numbers, 12 and 5, and we're going to first square them. We're going to square them, not take the square root of them. We're going to square them. 12 squared and 5 squared. What would 12 squared give me? 144. What would 5 squared give me? 25. All right. Everybody still with me? Yes? After we square them, we're going to add them. What is 144 plus 125? 169, right? Yeah, 169. We added those together and got 169. Now we just need to take the square root. What is the square root of 169? It's a perfect square. 13. That's our distance. All we got to do is write units on the end, box it up, call it a day. There's our distance. They are not all going to be perfect squares. Most of them will be, but not all of them. So what we just found through that process is that this pink line here, D, is 13 units long. We can't just count on a diagonal though. We have to count vertically, count horizontally, take those two numbers, square them, add them, take the square root. Everybody say square them. That wasn't everybody. Everybody say square them, add them, take the square root. I know it's early. It sounds early. But that's the whole process right there. It's like the easy version of the distance formula. It's the same exact thing, just in a lot more visual way. That hopefully makes a lot more sense. Any questions I can answer about that? All right.